hopefully, like, my son is still seeing royalties from stuff I did, back when I was a young dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole goal in it. Now, when you get into syncs with movies, like syncing a full song and it's being featured, or even if it's background, syncs, a lot of times you can get, you get some upfront money and you'll get back end. So those, you'll kind of you'll see more money from that upfront. Usually, hundreds to thousands. It just depends on the use, how long, what they're using it for. It just depends. Commercials, you definitely, you're gonna see something. It always depends, but most cases you're gonna see something up front, a nice chunk of money. Those are usually in the thousands. I mean, it just depends on the agreement, the deal, the territory, the channel. Cable networks, usually they don't pay as much as, like, say a NBC or Fox or like a major network. So you'll see a big difference there. I had a placement on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Joint was a solid 8 cents from from one placement, but then I got a placement on Fox Sports on some NFL football. That one placement was like $200-300. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it adds up. Like, the more you start getting out there, the more stuff start adding up, then your royalties taxes start getting up there in the hundreds, and then to the thousands, and then you start getting those upfront syncs, which are thousands, and then it starts to eventually add up. But you have to stay consistent, and you have to work through that period where you're not really seeing a whole lot. And that's how it is for most people. Like, I'm sure there's people out there who was just like, yeah, my first placement was like a national ad campaign for McDonald's or something like that. It's a different situation. Like, you could probably eat for the next year or so off of something like that. But it just depends, man. It depends on how much work you put in and which lane you're trying to go down. The reason I got into it was because I wanted that back end residual income to start coming in for like years and years, to hopefully, like, my son is still seeing royalties from stuff I did, back when I was a young dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole goal in it. So that's why I'm able to, to keep with it, because there's a lot of people, man, they'll start, they won't see anything, and then they'll just give up.